Okay, welcome once
Yep.
again. Right now,
Thank you.
we have with us Father Josephat. Father Josephat
Thank you.
is a Ghanaian Missionaries of Africa priest,
Great.
currently working in Uganda for the past 5 years,
Yes.
priest, and he
Yeah.
worked there earlier
Yeah.
on 2 years ago as a student. Father, thank you
Yeah.
for joining us this evening to share your missionary experience in Uganda.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you,
how are you
Nancy.
doing? How are you? How are you? How are
I'm,
you coping with coronavirus?
I'm doing very well. I'm coping very well with coronavirus. We just have to change tactics to fit in the COVID period. Yes. So I'm doing well. Yeah.
It's good. It's
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Good. Good. So, Father,
Yeah.
briefly,
Yeah.
yeah, usually it's in this channel I try to always remind my guests the importance of sharing from their hearts, their
Yes.
experiences. Because when the young
Sure.
people are able to listen to them, to what they have lived and experienced,
Okay.
they're able to relate, they're able to learn, they're able to understand, they're able to grow. So, and that is
Yeah.
why I have some questions I'm going to ask you. And as I say, you always
Yeah.
feel free. Things you want to say, you say them freely. Those things you don't want to
Okay.
say, don't say them. So,
Sure.
so I would like to begin by asking you, how long have you been in Uganda? You said you've been there for like 7 years now, as 2 years as a student and 5 years as a
Yes.
priest. So,
Yes. That's true.
during these 2 times experiences of your missionary life, did
Yeah.
you what you left as a student, did you experience the same thing now as a priest, or what has changed? What has changed since you came back to Uganda?
Yeah. I will say the change has not been so much, but also much in the sense of where I work, where I've been working. I did my pastoral in Karamoja. I don't know if you have heard about Karamoja in the north of Uganda. So during
Okay,
such, it was very, the security situation was very volatile. There were a lot of killings with the Karamojong warriors who used to go for cattle rustling, and they had to kill a lot of people because they wanted to get the cows. So there was a lot
wow.
of insecurity. A lot of priests, sisters, and brothers, they lost their lives. So that time was
Wow.
really very. The situation was very tough, I would say. But now that that is gone. There's no longer raiding, so it is very peaceful. So I would say it has been very peaceful, and you see that there's more. I will say the message of the gospel has touched the Karmajongs also to change them, and I think that is what has brought about that change. They have seen that we can actually rear these cows and not to steal them, not to to kill people to get it. So I see that is
Wow.
a change, which is very
Mm-hmm.
positive, very
Okay.
positive. Also, in terms of the climate, even I will say the rainfall has kind of improved because the days I was here, I think since I stayed for my stage, the parish in which I was working, which is Tapach parish, St. Paul, we never had rainfall. People depended on food aid. But today,
Wow.
the rainfall pattern has improved at least, and people are able to cultivate to get their own food to eat. Though it is not enough, but at least there has been some improvement. So much,
Wow.
yes.
That's amazing
So
to hear. That's amazing.
that's what I can say. And you will say that education has also
Mm-hmm.
improved in that sense because the village where I in Tapach, when I came, you hardly had somebody who has finished O level, but
Yeah.
now they are those who have finished O level, they have become nurses, teachers, and so in another way, again, there's a lot of improvement. So generally, there has been a very positive change. Of course, also
Wow.
on myself, I've also changed because in terms of looking at the pastoral outlook of things, because of my theology also, it has helped me to mature in a certain sense, that I'm able to proclaim the message of the gospel in a more mature, but also, let's say, practical way. In that sense. Yeah. So
no, that is very beautiful. That is very good for you to be able to observe these changes within the past years. Because I remember recently I was talking with a priest from France, I call Fred Benoit, and he said that and Benoit said that remember that once in Uganda there were the Karamajons that came to for this cow raiding to steal some cows.
Yes.
And one of our conference was almost attacked. So he had to hit himself with the cows in order to escape death. So and then listen to you said, you know, when you hear these things, you don't believe that, but you experience these things concretely.
Sure.
Did you ever having experienced this thing or having experienced it, did you ever feel discouraged going back to Uganda, especially after that experience? You said, okay, you have to be sent somewhere. Did you ever feel discouraged? Or what gave you the motivation to go back?
I will say, on the contrary, I think I was actually motivated more to go back.
Wow.
Because, I you know, in the novitiate, I was told already where I was going, and they told me the situation. Then I told myself that I will go there, and as I'm going with peace. That's what I was telling myself. As I'm going there, I'm going to bring peace there.
I like that.
And I remember when I came, I had to stay in Kampala like for 1 month if I was brought to here. And that was just my prayer. Lord, as I'm going, I know I'm just nothing, but when I just reach there, let peace start coming.
Wow.
So it means
that is beautiful.
Also improving. So when I was in theology, I was still connected, and I was hearing that things are becoming better. So going back was even very easy. I knew that things are. Actually, I went back to the same place again. I went back to the same parish. Yes. Wow. So that's what I can say. So going back was very easy. Yeah, it was very easy.
So since going back now, are you involved in the same apostolate? What do you do as mission there? What do you do concretely?
Yes. Yes, it's almost I would say the same, because basically I was working with youths and education schools, basically. And when I came back, it's the same apostolate. I came again to do again working with the children in the school, and also working with the young people. So it's practically the same, but maybe in a more mature way, I would say, because of the impact of theology. Yes, that's what I can say. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
I realized that
because I see. Sorry, I'm cutting you. Right? Okay, go on.
Okay,
go on. Yeah. You realize what?
I just wanted to add. What I wanted to add is that what I learned from the priests who were here as a student, it has helped me now to kind of polish. So with the as a priest now, I find it much more easier to do it. But many of the things I'm doing is from what I learned during my yes.
Yeah. Because when I was in Ghana, I remember when you finished your stage, you came back to Ghana to Jisu. We saw you with Benedict Akana, and we were like, wow, this man wants to because you were showing us the photos of the Maasai people, the Kaimajong,
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
So
that's very true. Yes, I remember.
For a young man like me, then it was really like, wow, I can't do this thing,
Wow.
But seeing you and hearing you speak about it today with such energy, it's really motivating and it's really beautiful. So my next question is, when people often say that Uganda is the seed of the faith of the sub-Saharan Africa, the church, because of thanks to the markers of Uganda.
Yes.
So how would you describe the faith of the people? Coming from Ghana, that is a very pious and really people are really dedicated to the life of the church. How would you describe the people of Uganda?
Yeah.
Do you think they live or they stand out as examples to Christians in all over Africa?
Yes, I would say truly. It was not just, accidental that the Uganda matters. They came from Uganda. Let me say. When I look at even the faith of the Christians today, I can say yes, they are very passionate, and it should not be surprising that we had these matters coming from Uganda. I would say they are very enthusiastic. The Christians here, very enthusiastic. I would say really wonderful, amazing. You see the way people do things to demonstrate their faith. Then you say, truly, these people, the faith is deep, very deep. Maybe just an example is during the Uganda Matters Day. You find people walking for like 300 kilometers to go to Kampala on foot. Yes, and they go home. They are very happy. Walking, singing, dancing until they reach there. They can take like 1 month or 3 weeks, but they are very happy. And you even find a good number of politicians also taking part. Some of them want to. So that's. I will say the faith is very deep. It's very deep.
Wow, no, that's amazing. And that's amazing.
One thing that touched me, for us missionaries, we believe in a traditional African religion.
Yes, yes.
Trying to get in touch with the people of other faiths, like the ATR and others. So when I came, I went to a village. I was asking people that, do we have traditional believers here? People said, no, we don't have tradition. They were even surprised that I am a priest and I'm asking. I'm asking like that. No, we don't want this. If we see somebody, even we are going to beat the person and chase the person out of our village. I say, wow. So in a way, I find it good. Though on the other hand, also I find it in a way that the belief of Christians sometimes make them feel values, which are also in their traditional practices. So so I find it good that they don't like traditional belief, but on the other hand, not all our beliefs are bad. So so that's how I try to talk to them. But in a short, in a nutshell, I would say the people of Uganda, they are very, the faith is deep, and you can see even from their actions, and they are very kind people, very lovely people, friendly, So very calm people. That's what I can say. So
that is good.
Yeah.
No, thank you for that. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing this on this question. In case you say, my friends and my viewers, in case you see me putting my eyes down, I'm just trying to go through the questions. Okay. So, Father, I want to read some comments. I can see here.
Yes.
There's one from Al Hazan Cecilia, Mama Cici. She's our mother in Ghana. When I was in Ghana, she's our mama. She loves us so much. Yeah, she's my mama. Mama, I love you. And she's saying, great watching you live from Sandema, Upper East, Ghana. So you have all the love and greeting from Sandema.
Wow, that's great. That's great.
There's also from Silas. Silas is from Congo. My good friend. Yeah. He's studying in Kampala, and he's saying, "I'm praying for this pandemic to end, so that you can take your flight to Uganda." So he's wishing us well. There's also Etienne from Ghana. Yes. Etienne, I think he should be in Ejisu, if I'm not mistaken. Nice program following you from Ghana, Kumasi. So thank you guys, and thank you for speaking with us. And Father, thank you for sharing so far.
Thank you. I'm happy they are listening, and I'm want to mention. Yeah,
I'm gonna proceed to the next question. So I want to ask you, from what you've said, what you live as a student, and what you're living now, working with the youth and everybody. So what are the beautiful experiences you've had working with the young people? How would you describe the young people you work with?
Yeah, the young people, they are very, I would say, very amazing, amazing people, and very interesting. It's great. Meeting with the young people, sharing with them, moving here and there, taking projects together, and them exhibiting their talents that I enjoy so much, and sharing, playing, dancing, singing, and learning a lot of things, working together, encouraging one another, and trying to encourage and to appreciate them, because once you appreciate them, then they are able to give more. And I would say that there's in being part of the life of the young people. There are some of them, like when I was doing stage, those I've worked with, when I came back, some of them have grown, but they still remember those days. They told, oh, father, brother. Of course, they used to call him brother. It was this, it was that. So it's I can see my contribution in their life the way, So it is, it's really, I cannot explain, but it's really, it's life giving, it's energy giving, it's motivating. And I learn a lot of things. I learn a lot of things from them, because they are still younger. They are more connected with this internet age more than I do. Sometimes
That's amazing.
what we do is we want to do this, they do this. You see. So the other one tells me, father, even with getting the bundles, there are different ways you can even pay cheaper to get more bundles. But for you, because you don't know, so it's helped me to learn a lot of things. Singing, music. When we have the gatherings, we have those who come. I give you a song, I play a guitar. So it is really, it is entertaining, it is encouraging, and for me, one thing is when I'm moving with them, but I remember my own days. So it also brings me back my own youthful days in my home village in the parish, how I was.
Working with the different
yeah. So it's a lot of. So in a way, they also challenge you.
Oh, that's interesting.
They challenge you to be the model that they want. Because they want to see you as that example. So some of them can tell you, yeah, no, father, this one is not good. Father, so they also help you to what? To grow. Yeah. Even though you know that they are all young people are just bad, but they know good. Many of them know the good, though they will do the contrary. So they also help to grow. Yeah, they help me to grow, to learn many practical things, and also to enrich my own missionary life, I will say.
Oh, that is beautiful.
So
that is beautiful. That is beautiful.
It gives me a lot of life motivation. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Sorry, I'm going to thank you for what you've said. It's so beautiful. And from what you've said now about these young people, their energy, how enthusiastic they are, and how good they are to giving themselves to the mission. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a young person there with you. There's one of your young persons. He's there with you, holding the light, right?
Yes, yeah.
So you see, this is an act of service, whereby somebody, and I think he chooses to do it freely. He's doing it freely for you and with joy, because you mentioned that they help you to get the connection. And before we began, you told me that the young people, you have a young person there helping you with the connection and with the light. So I want to say thank you to him. I want to say thank you to him for what he's doing. Thank you, and may God bless you for him. Thank you, Father, for what you're doing, because I see often on your posts on Facebook, sometimes you're on the farm, sometimes you're on the farm with them, and sometimes you're in the classroom with the women and with the children. And there's one thing I saw recently, the one you talk about, you were giving them entrepreneurial lessons, how to be entrepreneurs. So could you say something about that briefly?
Yes. With the young people, we took our lead from, when you read Jeremiah 29 there, 11, you're going to find God says that I have a plan for you, a plan for your good, and not for your what, and not for your bad. So, but this plan of God, it comes to materialize in the young person if the young person remain focused in the lane. Then you will actually experience this promise of God, of a good life, of hope, of peace and joy. So that's how now we have to help these our young people understand the message of Jesus Christ, that I have come, that you should have life and have it to the fullest. The young man will not experience this if the young man only goes to church. You only go to pray every day. You don't use your hand for anything. You will never get this. Will never come to a reality. So that is why we use Jesus as the example. The carpenter. The father was a carpenter, and he has to learn carpentry so that he could be able to take care of himself. Even as he wants to proclaim the gospel, you don't just proclaim the gospel. That is the same even for the person, that the young person will not be able to be a good person or a good model if the young person has nothing to do. So that is why we brought in the entrepreneurship seminars.
Wow!
But we started. We have also Bible seminars and the entrepreneurship and a host of others. So in that, we try to help them. We try to help them that, please, many of them, where my pastoral area is a bit of a rural area, a rural area where they are used to just cultivate and eat, and that is it. But with the times are changing, modernization, even sometimes the land is not good. So even you need even other better improved but easier farming methods which can be attractive to the young people. Also, we also need to let them know that even if your father was a farmer, but you can change that. You may become a business person. You can become a business person.
I like that.
You can become a craftsman. You can become. So we try to help them, encourage them that please, you can do this. So that is how we organize. Yes, to say that this environment which you are, it is very good for animal keeping. So that sometimes the rainfall is not regular, but if you keep animals, you will succeed there. Even if, so we try to let them know. So we talk about poultry keeping, the animal keeping, beekeeping, making of soap, those kind of things, just to help every young person that, look, don't even say that maybe the work you are doing, you are not getting much, but you have something doing that already. It helps you to appreciate yourself. It helps you to appreciate yourself, that I am able to do this, which other people will come to me to get those services which otherwise they couldn't get. So when the young man is able to repair my tire, I go, I get a puncture, and I'm lost. How do I do? The young person come to fix and then I become happy. You see, the young person say, hey, I was able to make this man happy. It gives you life. It gives you, you feel in you.
I like
so
that.
that will take, it takes away the boredom. It takes away the feeling of uselessness in you. And then it will prevent them from getting into these now other things, drug abuse and all, because they are finding there's no meaning in life.
Exactly.
So that's why we try to look there. You can do a lot of things to really, you can do a lot of things to feel as a person, to feel as a youth that yes, this is what I can do, and that feeling is now you are alive. And that's what they said. That we have that the famous saying that the glory of the Lord is a man fully alive, because the young person is feels himself, he feels the worth of himself, and that is it. So it's that's what we try to and then they are able not to fit in their, even they are able to appreciate God even when they go to church now. They will sing these glory songs truly that yes, something has happened in my life. So that's basically what we have been trying to do.
I think this is.
We want to help them. Yeah. Go ahead.
Wow, no, really, I'm really amazed. I'm speechless. I'm really speechless because you are giving them a holistic formation, something that encompasses all of life,
Yes.
and this is something which is beautiful. And this is what
Yes.
often most of our young people in Africa or some part of Africa,
Yes.
I don't want to
Yeah.
generalize, they're not exposed to. Most of the time
Yes.
they find themselves in a situation whereby the priest or the pastor or the leaders is always thinking for them, and they're
Yeah.
not being helped. Like the leaders are not helping them to think for themselves. So what you're doing for
Exactly.
me is really witnessing the gospel concretely in their lives and showing them that they could think for themselves, they could be their
Yes.
own leader, and they could also
Yes.
lead
Exactly.
and serving others. So for me,
That
this
is the
is
point.
truly an amazing thing you're doing now. I just want to say, keep it up, and may God
Yeah.
continue to give you the strength to keep doing what you're
Yeah.
doing in the lives of these young people. So I want to go
Thank you.
to second to the
Thank
last
you.
question, which is very interesting,
Yes.
I think. I want to ask
Yeah.
you, what are the challenges? Because with all this thing you've said, like
Yeah.
the ups and downs, but what are your fears? What are your challenges?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
what are also your what are your sources of joy? Where do you get your joy from? Where do you find that motivation to pull through even when the challenges are too much?
Yeah. I would say the first challenge, we can say the fear of failure. Fear of failure. You think of this is what I want to do in the parish. This I want to, but I think when I do it, will it bring some fruit? Will they like it? Will they, that's I can say that's the challenge number one. But I've seen that I've been in a way able to overcome that, because even with the youth, it's like we even started just from nothing, but things started now. Other people also came in, even the diocese where I work, they really support so much. The diocese youth chaplain, even the bishop himself, he has known what we are doing, and
Mhm.
he really appreciates that work we are doing. And I'm one of also the assistants of the youth chaplain of the
Definitely.
diocese.
Wow.
So we
Wow.
do the parish, we go also to the diocese level. Also,
Yeah.
you find that the young people, they have a lot of needs, which sometimes I do not have that formation always. I don't have this to be able to help them.
Right.
Sometimes some may come with the challenges, like addiction in drug or alcohol. So sometimes I do not have this psychological formation to be able to help them.
Help
So
them.
those are big challenges. Of course, you also have uh, other issues like material needs. The young people, they have a lot of material needs. So sometimes they feel that, Father, instead of telling me to go and do this and why not just give me this, give me this money? So
Yeah.
that I will say the greatest challenge, because I always want to help them to know that you can actually do things by yourself, but most of the time you find that they want to get things directly. So sometimes, let's say we are doing a program, I can entrust them. I said, oh, you take this money, you go and do this and that. You'll find that they also want to use the money also for their own, young people. So sometimes those people that get they come and get furious. Like, hey, why did you do that? But again, after that, I said, these are young people, and I also
Yeah.
sometimes even I see my own picture there even when I was a young person. So
Yeah.
that one then we continue. So
That's good.
these are what the challenges. Also, the challenges. Sometimes I see their misery also, and I say, now how can I help? You have a lot of, especially the young girls who are there. You find another young boy maybe has kind of deceived, he has impregnated, he has children, he has left. Now this person is there so I said, now how do I help this person? She's there with the children. She has no the man who is supposed to, he has run away. Who takes care of this? You find a young man, maybe the parents are not there, he's alone. Who even gives him that kind of parental guidance? You leave alone, maybe the financial needs will be there, but even So they are these are the challenges are many. The challenges are very, very, very many. Also, sometimes I need that. How do I say? The that intellectual formation. I need to impart them. Like these, some of these workshops. Some of these workshops, I have to get other people who will come to speak to them, to inspire them. Then to get those people also, I have to pay them. So they also become what? It becomes a challenge. Also, sometimes as I told you in the pastoral area, sometimes some youths they lack to come for the programs. Maybe you may have to give them food and those kind of things, which can. So sometimes it is hard to get those things, but all the same, also sometimes our missionaries of Africa here they come in also to support the pastoral, which also I really thank God. I thank also our society for that with our, well, I say our benefactors. They also they help a lot in that sense. So yeah, so those are the challenges I would say. And sometimes like some of the programs that you want the young people to do, but they don't like it. They like the other one. You, like for example, you have organized a Bible seminar. You find the Bible seminar you want 25 youths are coming. Then you organize a match. You have the football tournament. You find the whole everybody is there. So so that's what I have now to integrate. So that sometimes if we, but we may say there will also be a football match or there will be some singing and then they will come. Then you put everything there. You are able to. So all these are challenges. Of course, sometimes also you have challenges, community challenge. I think you are a missionary. You know what we mean by what challenges which come from the community. You are challenged by friends sometimes and all that. But what I've seen in all these challenges, for me, it makes me to learn a lot. It makes me to learn a lot. The challenges, in a way, they empower me. They empower me to continue moving. There's that Jesus actually carried a big cross. For me, I'm carrying just small, small cross. Yeah, that's what I can say in terms of challenges. That's what I can say. But maybe just to say the biggest challenge, or just to summarize, is that to always remain the kind of model for the young people. That I have to always try to keep up that standard, to be example for them. Because I'm also an individual, so I also have weaknesses. So I strive to be the model that you will still find. So that's yes, that's what I can say.
So thank you, Father. I want to ask you, earlier on you mentioned that the Society of Missionaries of Africa around Uganda, they support a lot in your mission, which is good. So my question is, like in doing all these activities with the young people, do you get the support, first of all, from community members and also from the parents? Do the parents and the community, do they support you, or do you find yourself sometimes like an island, or what? How are you able to manage that?
Yes, I would say, if I would give my experience to be concrete, I would say, in the beginning, I could really feel like an island, as you are saying, in the beginning, because when I was I were the parish, because I moved from another parish to the other one. So when I was starting, they just said, okay, you are the one in charge of the youth, and I was new myself, and there's really there's nothing organized, or you don't even know who are the youths, you don't. So I have to start afresh now, announcing in church, please, you come, let us, so those days were very, very challenging, I have to say, very, very challenging. And there are a lot of things were inside which is hard to explain, but which made me really feel really like the island, you are talking of. But again, there's what support from the community. Also, because sometimes some of them are the resource persons. When we organize the activity, now we said, okay, you come, you give a talk, then they come, and also in participating, then now they begin to see the importance of what you are doing. Then it now bring more support now. Yeah, yeah, it now bring more support. Oh, I think this you are doing is quite good. And on the side of the parents, I say they really supported so much because they just they tell you, Father, oh, this thing you are doing, it is great, you know. So that encouragement alone really makes me feel. Let me what? Let me continue. And I will say that the last one we had, even we had one of the second woman of the district from the local government. Let me say. So some of them were invited to also talk to the young people, and they were really they said, Father, we have never seen this. This is the first time we have seen the priest is organizing something for entrepreneurship for the youth.
That's amazing.
They find it so good and so inspiring. And they gave me, they came and they talked to them, and they said, Father, anytime you invite us, we shall come. So I always see there's that readiness when you invite these resource persons from the local, the district, even the doctors from the hospital, they come. We organize in the schools. Yeah, we organize in the schools, like for the workshop was also, it was just like a motivation workshop. So we invited some of the doctors to come and speak to inspire the students to become what? To want to become doctors. We invited also the police. We invited these, how do you call them? The district planning officer, those top people. So they were speaking, and it gave a lot of motivation. So the way they accepted to come, it gave me a lot of moral support. The youth chaplain also came for the one of the seminars. He spoke. He's a very good speaker for young people, very good inspirer. So he came and quite. So it gives me a lot of support. Even when I go to the diocese, the bishop will say, "Oh, I've been hearing what you are doing there." So that gives a lot of what support in that. So it is there. That is very much encouraging. The our society now, let's say for Uganda, sometimes we may ask, like I'd asked for to buy some balls, to have a table tennis, things which can attract the youth, and they granted us some money to be able to buy those things, and that is a lot of what that gives a lot of support. It gives a lot of morale, and yeah. So I would say that yes, the people around, they have been very supportive to see that the apostolate, the youth apostolate, is going on well. Also for the education, of course, all I've been talking about youth, but also I actually teach as an English teacher.
Wow!
We have a secondary school, and then also I am the what we call I'm the board of the chairman of the board of governors for the secondary school.
Yeah.
So that was very challenging, I must say. Why? Because you have to take decisions, and when you go, you find that most of the decision people are deciding for their self-interest. Now you have to make a what? You have to like our novice master was to say, you more tranche. So sometimes I have to come with my knife and I tranche that, please, if we are actually in the interest of these school children to develop this school, this is what we have to do. So sometimes they see me as very hard person, but later on they come to understand. Say, Father, we didn't know that this is why you were saying this. So sometimes you have to focus, you have to be straightforward, and you have to be bold. You may have a good decision, but because of you are seeing the people around, they are so you may be afraid to say what is actually right. And at the end of the day, people astray. So sometimes I have to be that bold. With the present circumstance, they may not be happy, but with time, now they begin to see, Yeah, you see, this is why Father was saying this. I said, aha, I told you. So that's those challenges. I must say, in terms of more of the education side, more of the education side. Yeah, so that's what I can say. Let me end it there.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all what you've said, for sharing freely. Thank you for really pouring out your heart, because I believe that you spoke from your heart, and that is why it's kind of really beautiful and relatable. Because me as a young person listening to you, I will tell that I have learned a lot. But there's something I want to emphasize, and I can see it highlighted in the comment of Silas here, that bien partager ta vocation. Because recently there's a conference, Peter Coates once mentioned that sometimes the tendency is always to protect the vocation. I want to protect, because you are protecting, you're not able to live. But from what you've shared, I could see that you are living your vocation. You are living the gift God has given to you. And this gift is being manifested in the lives of the young people. I want to say, keep it up, keep doing what you're doing. It's beautiful. And I believe that the young people are learning they are so blessed to have you with them. Really, I want to say, don't give up. I know that maybe in the near future you have like maybe there might be somewhere new you have to go to. But wherever you have to go to, I know that this energy you have, you're gonna take it along there with you. And you're gonna be very great in whatever you do. Thank you so much for sticking with us. And may God continue to bless you. And I'm saying thank you to your what's his name, please?
My technical is actually it's a youth, but a conference actually. What is called Wayesu.
Wayesu.
Olivier. Olivier.
Okay, from where?
Rwanda.
Olivier.
Rwanda.
I know Olivier.
Yes. Yeah.
It's Olivier.
That's the one.
He's my good friend. I know Olivier.
But he has now moved a bit. He has moved a bit to his room.
Okay. So, say hi to him from me, okay? Say hi to everybody, and really thank you so much for the love. And may God bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, let me just add one last thing.
Okay.
There's something I want to add, maybe, which is just the when you read in the book of Exodus,
Yes.
Hello.
I'm with you.
Yes, when you see the book of in Exodus 18, you'll find there a scenario of Moses and his father-in-law called Jethro.
Yeah.
That Moses was so much, because Moses was the only wise person giving decisions, giving judgment. So he was working, or he was tired. He was complaining. Now the father-in-law called him to say, "Hey, you man, you must not be the one doing everything. You have to choose some of the people among there. You also train them the way you handle the cases, so that when the case can, they are going to what? They will help you. Then you can what? You can rest.
Be productive. Yeah, that's good.
So for me, that is one of the things that pushes me. Empowering young people, empowering people is something amazing. And I don't think there is any gospel which is beyond empowering people around you. Empower people. Empower people. Don't pull people down. Empower them. So for me, that is what, and you are able to empower people when they are still young.
Exactly.
So for me, that's because they are still young, they are energetic, they are strong, they are, as I always tell you, are handsome, you are beautiful, you are intelligent. This is the time to make use of it. Empower them. Let them know that they can do it.
Thank you very much. That is really beautiful. Because it reminds me of the words of Obama. You want to show me that you are strong? Give your helping hand out and raise that man up on the ground. That has been powerful.
Sure.
Very powerful. So really, Father, thank you so much for these words. And I want to
thank you also for your programs. It's very inspiring. The way I see you are also very energetic. You are really you are going to see something inside this job. it is amazing. So you keep it up.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You keep it up, because I really I followed your conversation with the other this Nigerian actor. I've forgotten the name, but I like him so much.
Yeah.
Yes, I followed him because I watched the movies and I really liked him. I followed the conversation you had with him.
Wow,
and
that's amazing. Thank you.
I think since that, even myself, I was really motivated, following, seeing that, hey, you get in contact with all these people, which is very, very good. And other people, you keep it up, and God bless you. We are going to see you soon here.
So
in Uganda.
Exactly. just put the red carpet. Put the red carpet. The reply girl.
Oh yeah, sure.
And Yamachoma also. Yamachoma.
Yeah,
very important.
No doubt. No doubt. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. God bless you.
Yeah.